You ready?
Yeah.
Why is abortion good? I'm here to debate that abortion is a necessary thing in the world. Abortion has many different advantages, including women's health, economic well-being, and overall life trajectory. By legalizing abortion, it reduces maternal mortality. Legal abortions are safe and flawless procedures and give access to reduction in the risk of death and complications associated with unsafe and illegal abortions. Abortion also protects women's physical health. In many cases, with a pregnancy, it can pose a serious health risk to the carrier, and abortion may even be a doctor-enforced inevitable procedure to save the mother's life. A pregnancy could go wrong, and the baby might have defects, and if the mother has the pregnancy, she could lose her life, or the mother and the baby could be unalived as well. Pregnancy can also be a significant emotional and physiological burden on individuals, often leading to increased stress, anxiety, and depression. These mental burdens can be harmful by hormonal fluctuations, physical discomforts, and the sheer weight of being a parent. FDA students have shown that women who have abortions do not experience negative health problems and may experience a sense of relief. Some pregnancies may be unwanted and could be a result of sexual abuse, and those women might not want to live with something that reminds them of that traumatic experience. Other instances can include sexual trafficking. Some women also are forced into it and enslaved to have sexual intercourse and end up pregnant. Abortions will be able to stop the worry of pregnancy. Abortion can also affect a woman's economic and social well-being. Research indicates that access to abortion allows women to pursue, complete their education, leading to greater opportunities. It also helps with labor practices. Students have shown a correlation between access to abortion and increased practices in the workforce and career advancement for women. This can provide more goods, resulting in advantages in production. Greater economic security is also a great factor. Abortion access can help women avoid the financial strain associated with united pregnancies and raising children when they are not prepared to do so. Enhanced ability to plan the families. Abortion allows women to make informed decisions about their timing and spacing between their pregnancies, allowing family size with their goals and research. Abortion can also have a positive effect on children. When women can plan their pregnancies, they are more likely to have children when they are emotionally and financially ready, which can lead to the better outcomes for the children. With the evidence, I believe that abortion is a positive opportunity that can make the greater good for society.
So, you say that they can have an abortion if they were assaulted. What about putting it up for adoption? Adoption is another way that it can have the problem solved.
Yes, that is another option, but going through that whole situation would be just another thing, another burden on that family to be able to go through. And if she was raped and got pregnant, I don't think she would want to have any sort of information that would lead her to remembering the traumatic event that she's been through.
But continuing on that, if she puts it up for adoption and she gives it to like a family somewhere else in the U.S., far from her, and over time she will forget about it. And sure, the child might find out they're adopted sometime later in life. Chances are, I don't think it's its parent.
Well, I mean, if the mother has had a traumatic event, she's probably not going to forget that it ever happened, and I'm sure it's going to be a burden on her through her entire life. And that child, if it is adopted to another family, they're going to grow up and eventually find out that they've been adopted, and they might want to know the real parent. So that child might want to go back to its original mother and find out its true story of where it came from and stuff like that. Do you have any more questions?
No, I do not. Yep.
We have 90 seconds, I think.
Left and right.
What? No, just to in between. Because next it'll be yours.
Yeah.
You need the 90 seconds? We can just go now.
I do need the 90 seconds so I can remember what I'm.
Okay, just you good.
Yeah.
Okay, you're good.
Okay. So heartbeat or care for them. I mean, it's alive. To me it does. I'm Robert Boucher. And I am against abortion. Abortion should be a federal crime punishable by life in prison. Because you have killed someone. I mean, you never know what they could be. They could be the world's next Roosevelt, next Einstein. And bringing up a point, I don't think you should get an abortion because you were assaulted. I think you should put it up for adoption or give it to and put it up in foster care for however long. There are other solutions to a problem. And it's bad what people do, but can't really control them. I mean, and yes, there have been some states that have declared abortion to be illegal. But a study from Johns Hopkins Bloomberg School of Public Health found that in states with an abortion rate, reports 478 more infant deaths than expected, which is a 5.6% increase only in the states it was banned in. Which is why it must be banned in all states so that percentage doesn't get worse. And I know some people can do it themselves. I mean, it's a popular thing to do. But they could run the risk of injuring themselves while they do it. And they're not medical professionals, so they could die. That's the two words.
You done?
Yeah.
Okay. You said that you're killing a life, but how can you say that it's actually a living being if it's just in a womb and it's not even really in the real life? It's not like breathing and stuff like that, you know?
Well, in order to consider something a living being, it must be breathing, which it does in the womb, and have a heartbeat, which it does in the womb, and it does move. So it's not. That's also what considers something a living being. And an infant does all those things while in the womb, so it is alive.
Okay, but the first few months of the pregnancy, it's barely even a human. It doesn't really have like arms. It's pretty much just plasma or whatever you call it. And also, do you even remember being in your mom's womb?
No, but
The infants inside of a woman's pregnancy, they don't have any like neurological intelligence to know that they're even alive. So they're basically not even existing.
because their brain is so developed, and they aren't just plasma that starts out as an egg or an embryo, and over time it turns into a human. And yes, for the first 2 months it's not much, but it does start to get its arms and legs, and in the first month the head develops, and the internal organs develop in the second month.
Okay, so in those first 2 months, it's pretty much not anything worth keeping around because it's not going to serve any purpose if it doesn't have any arms or legs or brain intelligence.
Because it is developing over time.
So if we cut it off before it develops, then there's really no issue.
Technically speaking, yes, but morally, how would you feel if you killed something that hadn't even been brought to life yet?
It's basically like haven't even put the cookie dough in the oven yet. There's no like start or end to it. It doesn't really matter. We get like a minute.
Yeah. What time is it?
We get like a minute to do
Oh yeah, no.
my first.
I know that we get a minute for the rebuttal.
Yeah.
But
Okay, then it's my rebuttal now.
yep.
Although you made some good points, what do you think will stop the massive amount of growth in the population? Our people are like continuously creating more babies and creating the population to grow even more bigger than it is now. And studies have shown that by the 2080s, the population will reach over 10 billion people worldwide. Those numbers can hurt our world. It will take away our animal habitats because more people equals more houses and more living. And by having abortions, you can chip away at that population just slightly and take down those numbers to be able to preserve our animal habitats and have a greater world. You also said that if some people like to do illegal abortions, but by legalizing the abortion, there's literally no need to do it illegally because you have it as a legal thing. And by having more people, it'll cause more crime in the cities and more crime worldwide. So having an abortions will take away some of those bad people in the world, and it will save us just a little bit from all those bad people. most of the people in the world anyway are not very good people. So by having taking away some of these people, it's automatically going to bring the numbers of all the bad people, like the rapists and the drug addicts and all those. It's going to take those numbers down automatically. So it's going to make our world a lot better place, and it's going to be greater for everyone around us. If we take away new lives, then there's going to be more room for greater people. There's people that are already mostly grown up a little bit. They're going to be better. They're going to work to build better things. You have a couple minutes. You have a minute if you want to write down stuff to talk about. You have to talk for 4 minutes. Just tell me when you're ready. You ready?
Yep.
Okay, you got 4 minutes.
So, some people in this world are bad, but not all people. I mean, some celebrities are terrible. I mean, you hear it in the news every day. There's some normal people that aren't all there, and you hear that news too. I mean, one of the most popular cases of someone not all being there is actually two people, and it's the two shooters from Columbine. They weren't all there, and yes, they did it to a lot of people, but not all people are terrible. I mean, sure, there's a few rotten apples doesn't ruin the whole patch. And yes, some people as parents aren't good either. And you've got the people who abuse their kids. There's plenty of other things that, yeah, some people shouldn't be parents, but they are. You can't really stop that. It's human nature. You can't control other people. You can only control your own actions and your own life. So, yes, some people have done their own abortions, but still, they run the risk of potentially stabbing themselves with the tool they use and causing internal bleeding. And if that isn't checked out, then they and the child could potentially, the child could die, will die, but potentially the parent will too, because they're not medical professionals performing them on a person. They're just your everyday Joes like you and me doing it.
No, it's my turn. I got. I got one more.
Yep.
Okay. People have said that 5.1% of people are already serving prison sentences and are already proven to be bad or evil, as you will, and that shows that people are very bad. So if you take out some of these newborns that are being put into the world, then those numbers will go down, and it will serve better people in the world. Studies have also showed that 22% of people have disabilities, and those people, they don't serve as much purpose to the world as any, like you or me, because they can't do normal jobs sometimes, but they still can do a lot, but they don't do just barely as much as we can. And so by legalizing abortions, it will allow some of these people with disabilities to never have been alive, and hopefully bring up the numbers of greater population and stuff like that. Trash is also a major thing. Pollution is terrible around the world, and by taking down the number of people, it will decrease the numbers of ocean pollution and landfills and all of that. So it will all around better our world. It's also an easy way out of an unwanted pregnancy. A lot of pregnancies are unwanted and might not be wanting to happen, but by allowing abortions, it will easily take away the fact of people getting born. You also talked about how people would like to do illegal abortions, but by legalizing these abortions, it will allow them to be able to go into a clinic and have a safe procedure that won't have any risks at all, and after they're done with their abortion, it allows them to have a clear mind and no negative setbacks. And this is my final argument of why abortions are good and they should be legalized.